Thermalright's downdraft cooler has been really popular in the small form factor scene in the past few years, and today we are checking out their not so low profile cooler and see if this is better than the Junkyard cooler that I have tested a month ago. Hello and welcome back again to Junkyard Summit, and today we are checking out another CPU cooler courtesy from Thermalright, the SI-100 Black Edition. As mentioned last time, this is going to be a mini-series wherein I'll be checking out multiple low-profile coolers so you guys can have a better idea on which is better for your SFF build. Starting off with its price, the SI-100 goes for around 2,000 to 2,500 Philippine peso depending on the model that you'll be getting. But what I got here today is the black version, which costed me around 2,300 Philippine peso, which I got from a sale a couple of months back. Other versions include the standard gray that Thermalright is known for, and there's also a white version that has an RGB fan with it. And to be honest, similar to the Junkyard cooler, this Thermalright SI-100 is not that cheap, but then again, this is intended for a specific niche segment. Those building their SFF setups that wants to maximize their case's height clearance. Dimensionally, this cooler is 120mm both in length and width, while height-wise would be 100mm if you are using its stock or a regular 25mm tall fan, or you could fit 15mm fan to shorten its height to just 90mm. It has a pure copper nickel plated base with 6mm heat pipes channeling through its aluminum fins. Weight is at 490 grams, not including the fan, with a thermal capability of 210 watts. So on paper, this should be a pretty good CPU cooler. The included fan, by the way, is the TL-E12 model, a pretty straightforward FDB fan with a max airflow of 27.7 CFM and is rated at 2000 RPM. For its accessories, it is pretty standard. We got its mounting kit for Intel, ranging from LGA 115X up to LGA 1700, and most AMD mounts from AM2 up to AM5. It also has extra set of clips for slimmer fans, their TF7 thermal paste, and an instruction manual. I'm giving extra points to Thermalright as they individually packed and labeled all accessories, which is a big help, especially for those newbie builders. Installation is easy. AMD users will just reuse the stock backplate, and it's just a matter of screwing in the standoffs and bracket. Same goes for Intel users, but with the addition of installing the included backplate. And for today's test setup, I'll be doing it on my Ryzen 5 5600 CPU with ASRock AB350M motherboard, and that is under 2 fan speed and 2 parameters, one at predefined clocks and voltage, while the other one would be handling PBO. As mentioned in my previous videos, results here are a bit higher as compared to the others since I am currently residing in the Philippines, wherein it's mostly hot for the entire year. So let's say you are living in a country wherein your usual ambient temperature is at 20 degrees Celsius, then expect a good 10 degrees Celsius difference as compared to the results that I have. On the other hand, all testings are also done in an open test bench, so expect a bit higher temps when you install it inside your case. And with that out of the way, let us check some results. Using the predefined voltages and clocks, the SI-100 easily breezes both the Junkyard HX 6200D and AMD's Wraith Prism with a 63 degrees Celsius reading on 50% fan speed and 60 degrees Celsius at 100% fan speed. The gap narrows down a bit when we just let PBO run its course, measuring 82 degrees Celsius on 50% and 80 degrees Celsius on max fan speed. This should be noted that Cinebench scores are still pretty much within the margin among these three coolers. I also added in the mix replacing the stock fan with a slimmer fan. So I added a 15mm side Casiflex fan, and total system temperature just went up by 1 to 2 degrees Celsius, which actually surprises me. Gaming temps is also a win for the SI-100 as the highest recorded temperature average is just at 51.5 degrees Celsius and a low of 44 degrees Celsius. And that is actually surprising as there are desktops whose idle temperatures are just those numbers. While the results are a little bit irrelevant, I also included the rate stealth to the mix as most would have this stock cooler included with the Ryzen CPUs. Noise level is fairly close to our Junkyard cooler, and switching it to our 15mm side fan, we suffer a bit more in the noise department, but this setup further increase our case compatibility as it is 10mm shorter. Given that this costs pretty much the same as the Johnsbo HX6200D, I'd say that this is a clear winner on thermal department and pretty much has lesser clearance issue in both memory and VRM heatsinks. And this brings me to my final thoughts. At 2,300 Philippine peso, the Thermalright SI-100 is a better option as compared to the Johnsbo HX6200D, given that your case could support a little bit higher CPU cooler. This also has better accessories and at the same time an easier mounting process. Resulting temps are pretty respectable, though I was expecting better results initially given that this is a taller and is a little bit heavier as compared to the Johnsbo HX6200D. Maybe future iterations could include maybe denser or a little bit bigger aluminum fins as the middle part is pretty much empty, or we could have better fan customization including an option to install a smaller and slimmer fan in between instead. But overall, I like this cooler and I might even replace my Sight Shuriken 3 with this one. So I think that is all for today's video. Do you have any plans on buying this cooler? Comment it down below and also do leave a like and subscribe as well to my channel. Once again, this is Brain of Junkyard Summit. Thank you and I'll see you in the next one.